With warm weather fast approaching, today I wanted to go over 10 fresh fragrances that everybody will love the smell of. Doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter who's wearing it, these are going to smell amazing. So really the goal here is to just go with things that are going to be relatively simplistic, but also very refreshing, light, uplifting, and just scents that kind of put people in a good mood. There's nothing about these that's going to be daring or overwhelming or too strong either in its delivery, its smell, and even its performance. These are all very wearable, very likable, and you just really can't go wrong with any of these. And for a lot of people, that's kind of what you're looking for. You want to take all the guesswork out of it. You don't want to stress over matching up certain types of fragrances for certain types of situations or times a year or whatever. You could go for these and they're going to work for anything. Now I will provide links to these down below for you if you are interested in picking any of these up. I've got a mailing list you can sign up to if you're on the hunt for any sort of rare, hard to find, discontinued scent. Anytime something comes in stock, I send out an email. So that's a great place, a great resource if you are looking for that sort of thing. We'll run right through this one. Let's get it started with Gucci Guilty Black. You know, there's nothing special about this one, but it has been tried, tested, and proven to work. And so ultimately that's why I threw it in. It's got green notes, lavender, and orange blossom in here. It's fresh, it's kind of floral, citrusy, musky, green, and really it's an emphasis on green, even though it's called Gucci Guilty Black. And there's a black-green gradient. This scent is very green and fresh pretty much all the way through. There's nothing that's really sweet or heavy or anything like that about this one. This is the type of thing that will work for anything. It almost kind of has a clean, fresh, laundered clothes type of smell because of the lavender and other aromatics in here. It just kind of smells that way, you know, very crisp and refreshing. But ultimately, this is something that everybody likes. It might not be super interesting from a wearer's standpoint if you're a fragrance enthusiast and you're looking for something unique. However, this works for everybody. This next one is a little bit more fun to pull off. Narciso Rodriguez Bleu Noir, just the original, and this is going to be the eau de toilette concentration here. It's got musk and woods, a little bit of cardamom even, so the note breakdown may not sound like your typical fresh scent. It's very woody, it's very musky, there's a little bit of a cardamom spice, okay? However, the whole kind of delivery of this one is fresh and musky. You know, that's really what it does best. And when you're talking about lining this one up for a certain season, I think it works great in springtime, especially. Spring, maybe early fall, summertime, you could pull it off maybe in climate-controlled indoor environments. However, you know, this one ultimately is kind of just going to fare with the in-between room temperature type of temperature, you know, your mid 60s, lower 70s. So as long as it's like that, you can pull this one off easily. Not for nothing, it can be worn in other times of the year as well, but if you're looking for the ideal time, that'll be it. That being said, this one does bring a little bit more to the table in terms of being a little bit more unique and interesting, but ultimately still a fresh delivery. It's woody, it's masculine, and, you know, something that you can pull off for a variety of situations and smell great. Up next, we have the new AZZARO Chrome Parfum. So this one just came out a couple months ago. This is not something I would say to go out and pay full retail for right now. Yes, I'm featuring it in this video, but these videos live on forever. So if you're watching this 3 months from now when it's at discounters, there you go. If you're watching it 3 years from now when it's still at discounters and even cheaper, there you go. I just kind of wanted to throw this one in because once you can pick it up for the normal chrome price, this might be one of the best chrome flankers that you can get for the money. This one's got bergamot, sage, and balsam fir. It's the only 3 notes that they give us, but really that's all you need to focus on anyway. So it's citrusy, it's woody, a little bit aromatic as well. It's a nice parfum concentration, nice parfum flanker. A little bit more interesting, stronger. There's some depth behind this one that you don't get as much of from the OG Eau de Toilette and even the newer Eau de Parfum. I would take this over those two any day. You know, I would say this and Chrome Extreme are 2 of the best flankers currently in the Chrome lineup. Next up we have YSLY. This is the Eau de Toilette version. Now you could put any of them, but the Eau de Toilette currently in production is going to be the freshest one, okay? You know, the Eau de Parfum goes sweeter, the Le Parfum goes sweeter, and the new Eau de Parfum Intense goes a little bit more aromatic and cuts back on the sweet apple. So this is kind of just going to be the most fresh and invigorating. Now it's got aldehydes, lavender, bergamot, and clary sage. So you get those aromatics, but then you're getting some of the brightness and the aldehydic, airy, wispy smell also. This DNA is great. It's something that you can't go wrong with. And, you know, now why Eau Fresh is discontinued. You can still get it here and there on discounters, but it is getting harder to come by and the prices are kind of going up. So this is the one you'll want to go for if you're just looking for maximum freshness for the hottest summer days, if you're wanting to stick with this lineup. Kind of switching gears over to a much more affordable scent. We have Kenneth Cole Mankind Legacy. It's got balsam fir, orange, and cedarwood in here. Really nice one for the price. I believe around $30, maybe $35. Generally, these are going to be pretty affordable. That being said, it doesn't really smell like, you know, a super cheap piece of junk scent. You know, you can tell that it's not super expensive, it's not premium, but at the same time, it kind of holds its own in terms of quality here. It is a little bit unique. It's kind of fruity, it's woody, masculine. It's nothing too crazy, but at the same time, it is different than a lot of what else is kind of being put out, and that is saying something given the price point. So it does bring a lot to the table in that regard. And you gotta love this guy here, DIOR Homme Cologne. I mean, this type of thing can be worn for any situation. Just about everyone will love this one. You know, it's all about the orange blossom, that kind of lemon musky smell. Bergamot off the top. Smells great. I mean, this smells kind of like, I don't know, like a pitcher of iced cold lemonade, a little bit sweet, citrusy, that sort of thing. It's kind of what it just reminds me of. It's very refreshing, very crisp. This type of thing smells great on super hot summer days, and it's one of the few things that I would wear on a sunny 90-degree July or August day. I mean, most times in those conditions, I really don't even bother with the scent. It can get annoying, it can get overwhelming, and frankly, you might just sweat it right off. Might not be something that's worth your time, right? But if I were to wear something in that situation, there's only a handful, less than 5 fragrances that I would choose, and this is one of them. And switching gears back to a more affordable one, I want to say around $35, maybe pushing $40. Ferragamo ACQUA ESSENZIALE BLEU. It's got lavender, lemon, tonka, and ambroxan. It's their take on a blue scent. This one was done by Alberto Marias, and I always like to bring that up because this is a budget scent done by a world-renowned master perfumer. When you look at everything else that he's done, for the most part, and it's all the Acqua di Gios and everything over to like Gucci Guilty Absolute, Philip Plein No Limits, literally so many things it's impossible for me to name off all of them. I would never be able to keep all those in my head. The trend is most of those are going to be more expensive, 80, 90, 100 bucks and beyond, right? This is one of the few that he has done that is actually pretty affordable. You can even pick this stuff up at rack stores a lot of the times, usually for a pretty good price as well. It's just super obtainable, and it's a really good, unique take on the blue scent. It's fresh, obviously. This one does have a pretty heavy aromatic base, and the ACQUA ESSENZIALE line is known for being a little bit more mature and sophisticated, and it definitely shows and carries over into this one. Really nice. Next up, Montblanc Legend Spirit. So this is their take on the Invictus Aqua DNA, which I really like. It's got bergamot, lavender, there's some musk in here, some watery notes, pink pepper. You know, the note breakdown really isn't going to give a whole lot away, but when you get your nose on it, it very much is heavily inspired by Invictus Aqua, with a little bit more of a lavender aromatic approach. Kind of also gives off that similar smell to fresh washed clothes that are like hanging out and drying on a clothesline on a summer day. If anyone still uses clotheslines, right? You know, that's kind of just what it smells like to me. This is very likable across the board. Get a ton of compliments from this stuff. Starting to run down to the end here, second to last, we have Bentley for Men Silverlake. So this one has lemon, violet leaf, mint, and musk in here. Kind of smells a little bit like Acqua di Gio somewhat. I've always described it as a little bit like the Eau de Toilette / Essenza, kind of maybe even a little bit like Profumo or Profondo, I was going to say, is what I meant, not Profumo. Doesn't really have that type of thing going on. I guess maybe a little bit. It smells like the Acqua di Gios, essentially. However, about half the price, a little bit less than half the price, depending on which one you're looking at. Right around, I think, $45 for this. I can't remember off the top of my head. This one has changed a lot. There was a point where even at discounters it was, I think, $50, $60, even $70 for this. Crazy. Now it's finally settled down to a more normal Bentley for Men price, and that's kind of what I'm referencing here. Ultimately, it still is much more affordable than those Acqua di Gios that I mentioned. Also has its own unique twist as well. You do pick up on that mint, really nice and refreshing off the opening. Smells great, perfect for summertime, perfect for hot days. And this type of DNA is super refreshing, and it's a big compliment polar as well. At this price point, you even get great performance. That's a bonus as well. It's an eau de parfum, great stuff all the way around. And last scent for this video, we have Carolina Herrera Virgin Mint. So this is from what they have named as their confidential line, I do believe, if I'm correct there. And so they've got a ton of them. I've been collecting a lot of them. You've got like your Iris Empire, your Platinum Leather, Mystery Tobacco, what else? There's one more, Bronze Tonka. Those are the ones that I have. There are more as well that I haven't gotten yet. There's like Nightfall Patchouli, I think, is one that's on my list, and so on. This is one of their fresher ones, and the bottle does look a little bit different. I plan on collecting many more of these because out of all of those that I've listed, and including this one, they have all been amazing, and they have all exceeded my expectations, which I was not expecting. Iris Empire, beautiful. Mystery Tobacco, beautiful. I mean, these are impressive. You do have to pay up for them. They're a little bit pricey, but if you have some money to spend and you want to get a premium luxury product and you just want to try something different and branch out, these are fantastic. So this one has mint, obviously. There's bergamot, there's musk, there's some orange as well. With the fresher ones, you're paying more, and you are going to get a product that isn't going to be as interesting as something like Bronze Tonka, Iris Empire, Mystery Tobacco, whatever. Nice pressurized atomizer on that, okay? But that's just how it is, right? When you go for a fresher scent like this, it's going to be a little bit more stripped back. Whether this is going to be worth it for you or not is up to you. I could tell you, it smells great. Great quality. The ingredients have a lot of impact. Everything just pops off. It smells amazing. It's very refreshing. The performance is decent out of this, not beast mode. Decent though. All around, it's just a nice, impressive, uplifting, fresh scent that's going to work great in spring and summertime. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for me. 10 fresh scents that everybody will love the smell of. Let me know down below, what are some other scents that you would add to this video? I will link some of these down below as well, so you can check them out. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.